Hello, welcome to Chapter 9, Lesson 3. Predict two things we're going to learn. So we're going to be using order of operations to find the area of a trapezoid. And then we're also going to learn how to use the dimensions of a trapezoid to find its area. Alright, we're going to move on to the real world link. This is window seat. Kiana has a bay window in her room. The window seat is in the shape of a trapezoid. She needs to measure the seat in order to sew a cushion for the seat. The blue trapezoid in the diagram below represents dimensions of the window seat. So we're going to use the diagram. And if you notice... Oh no, we'll get to it. I'm jumping ahead. So, trapezoid, base 1. We're going to have the base 1 be the top. So the base 1 is 1, 2, 3 units. Base 2 is going to be the bottom. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our base 2 is going to be 5. Our height is going to be 3 units. Now if you look at the rectangle, the length is, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8 units. If you notice, the length of the rectangle is base 1 plus base 2, 3 plus 5. And the height is 3 units. What is the relationship between the measures of the rectangle and the measures of the trapezoid? So like I said earlier, if I add the two bases, base 1 and base 2, that's going to equal the length. So if I add the base 1 and base 2 of the trapezoid, it is the same as the length of the rectangle. So how's the area of the trapezoid related to the area of the rectangle? Well, if you look, the blue triangle, or the blue trapezoid, I think I said triangle. If you look at the trapezoid, the blue one, it's half of the rectangle, because the red dotted lines also is the same as the trapezoid, but upside down. The area of a trapezoid is half the area of a rectangle. So the area of a trapezoid, our formula is going to be area equals 1/2 h times base 1 and base 2. Another way to write this, I like writing it with base 1 plus base 2 times the height, all divided by 2. And this is the formula I'm going to be using on the right side with the notes. So remember, the height is perpendicular to the base. So we have this little 90-degree angles, the height is perpendicular. The two bases will always be parallel. So find the area of the trapezoid. So base 1 plus base 2 times the height divided by 2. Very important. So I'm gonna plug and chug. So my base 1 is 5. 5 plus the base 2 is 12 times the height is 7, all divided by 2. Very important. Order of operations, because I know some of you may be thinking this, I cannot simplify the 12 and the 2. Reason being, I have to do the order of operations. So I have to do the inside the parentheses first before I start simplifying. So remember, order of operations is PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And parentheses is first before division. So I have to do inside the parentheses before I start simplifying. Now, the thing I can simplify the outside numbers, but 7 and 2 cannot simplify for this problem. So moving on, 5 plus 12 is going to equal 17. So we're going to have 17 times 7 divided by 2. So we have 17 times 7 equals 119. Divide that by 2, we're going to get 59 and a half. 9 divided by 2, and that's going to equal 59 and a half inches squared. All right, example 2, we're going to find the area one more time. So area equals base 1 plus base 2 times the height divided by 2. So area equals base 1 is 7 plus 12 times 9 and 8 tenths divided by 2. So 7 plus 12 equals 19 times 9 and 8 tenths divided by 2. It's 19 times 9 and 8 tenths equals 186 and 2 tenths. And then divide that by 2. And our final answer is going to, no, I need to divide. Okay, divide by 2. So divide by 2, and our final answer is 93 and 1/10. And our unit is going to be meters, so we have meters squared. So go ahead and try A, B, and C. Alright, so for A, notice that base 1 and base 2 is 11 plus 14 is going to be 25. I have it times 8 and divided by 2, so I can simplify the 8 and the 2, so the 8 becomes a 4, my 2 goes away. So 11, so I get 25 times 4, which equals 100. For B, same thing, my height is 4, and that's compatible with 2, so I can simplify the 2 and the 4. 2.5 plus 4 and 8 tenths equals 7 and 3 tenths, times 2 is 14 and 6 meters squared. For C, I have base 1, or base 1, it could be either or. 1 plus a half, so I have 1 plus a half is 1.5, times 3 is 4.5. Divide that by 2, we get 2 and 25 hundredths feet squared. So we're going to find the dimensions. So I'm going to show you guys how we get this formula. Because I want you guys to know how to derive it. So if we take the area equals base 1 plus base 2, and I want you to write this down, times the height divided by 2. So if I'm solving for the height, I need to get the height alone, as you see here. Height is all by itself on the left side of the equal sign. So in order to do that, first I need to get rid of the 2. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. When I do that, that cancels. So now I have 2 area equals base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Now since this is multiplication, if I can divide base 1 plus base 2 on each side, base 1 plus base 2, divided by base 1 plus base 2. So these will cancel, and that leaves me with h equals 2 area divided by base 1 plus base 2. And that's how they get this formula here. So number 3, we need to find the height, and the area is given. So I'm going to use our new formula, 2a divided by base 1 plus base 2. Area is 108. So we have 2 times 108 divided by 12 plus 15. So 2 times 108, that's going to be 216 divided by 27. I don't know if those are compatible. 216 divided by 27. Yep, that's going to equal 8. So our height is going to be 8 feet. Remember, only the area is squared, the height is not squared. So go ahead and try D and E. So I have my area 2 times the area divided by base 1 plus base 2. So here we have 2 times 24, and then the bottom 4 plus 12. I know 4 plus 12 is 16. I can simplify my 2 and 16. So if my 16 comes at 8, my 2 goes away. 24 divided by 8 equals 3. For E, 2 times 21 divided by 2 plus 5. So 2 times 21 is 42, 2 plus 5 is 7, 42 divided by 7 equals 6. So we have the last example. This is the shape of Osceola County, Florida resembles a trapezoid. Find the approximate area of the county. So area equals base 1 plus base 2 times the height divided by 2. So area equals 48 plus 16, and the height is 51, divided by 2. And we're working with miles in each of the units. 48 plus 16, 6 plus 8 is 14, so 64 times 51 divided by 2. Now my 64 and my 2 can simplify, so that's going to become a 32. So now I'm left with 32 times 51. 32 times, no. 32 times 51. So I get 1,632 miles squared. And that's the end of the lesson, so thank you for watching.